Yo, yo, yo. What up, peoples? I don't know what's going on with our music, but let's try to get that fixed. Being a little bit weird. Let's get that fixed real quick. Happy Sunday, guys. What's going on? There we go. Let's get the vibes popping, dude. All right, hopefully no more issues with the music moving forward. Let's go. Happy Sunday, man. Hope everybody's weekend's going well. We got video gaming news for today, February 25th, and then we will jump into playing a little bit more Nightingale today. Yeah, it'll be like a midday end today again. Got family stuff again. Tried to prepare people for that last weekend and this weekend. Not going to be our usual like 8-hour streams, just because I've got some stuff going on with family. So, but we'll get probably a good 6 hours in. It'll be good. We'll get the news in, and then we'll have some gameplay this morning. Sorry, man. La la la. My throat's a little jacked. It'll be a good day as usual, man. Let's go ahead and dive in here. Let's see what we got. Let's go. Take a look at this. 11 video games releasing in March you shouldn't miss. My big ones are Unicorn Overlord and Dragon's Dogma 2, but we'll see what else we have there. Will Suicide Squad kill the Justice League, jolt Warner Brothers awake? Probably not. I mean, I would expect not. It should, but will it? See what else we got. Looks like Tarkov Arena is going to wipe next week. So they do this a lot whenever they push big updates. They'll do a complete wipe. Everybody starts from scratch. So if you're a Tarkov fan, be ready for that happening next week.
Push the tempo. Okay.
Download size for Stellar Blade has been revealed. We'll take a quick peek. Why not?
Okay. Push the tempo. Now let me see you go.
Rainbow Six director Siege can last forever. It can. It could. Solely depends on player base. I mean, obviously, a game is going to be limited moving forward. You know, with the way technology evolves, the way we come out with new game development engines and things like that, whatever it was built on in the first place, it's going to continue as we move forward to limit the what the game has to offer moving forward, basically, right? For what we do as gaming as a whole, as the gaming industry moves forward. So, could Rainbow Six Siege last forever? It could. It could. I mean, you're talking about something along the lines of, look at CSGO, right? Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike has been around for how long now? They just did Counter-Strike 2, but really, it's just Counter-Strike 1.5 in large part. And it's more along the lines of, you know, like what Overwatch did with Overwatch 2. It's not a significant, you know, a completely overhauled, brand new game. It's a lot of the first game that's just, you know, new, built on a new engine, and I think they built it on a new engine, right? Yeah. I don't know all the ins and outs of what they did with CSGO, but you know, like Counter-Strike had been going for quite a long time. But to be realistic about this, what it really comes down to is player base. If a player base sticks around for a game and makes it continue to be something that people want to be a part of, then the game will last. If player base dwindles, the game will die. That's really what it comes down to. A lot of what that hinges on is a developer's propensity to continue engaging new and long-standing player base with content, right? And if you can do that, then you can potentially keep maintaining a substantial player base to where a game can, quote unquote, last forever. But it's not an easy task. With new games coming out all the time, modern games coming out all the time, it's hard to look at a game and go, this game's going to last forever. So, more likely than not, it will die at some point, right? Dragon's Dogma 2, baby. No. Stop that. Let me see something. I thought we were talking about that yesterday. Hold on, let me see something. Must have been the day before. Oh, yeah, okay. Never mind. Alright. Sorry. This isn't really worth diving into. We've talked so much about Suicide Squad and where Warner Brothers is headed with their games being a game. I talked about this yesterday, basically telling everybody that, look, this is where Warner Brothers wants to be with all their games. And so if there's a subsidiary or, you know, that you know is under Warner Brothers, if there is a universe that you know Warner Brothers owns the rights for, franchise-wise, anything like that, and you're a fan of video games, be afraid, because this is what they're going to do with their games. Yeah, they're gonna turn everything into a Suicide Squad scam for monetization, scam for money. They're gonna try and bait everybody into. They're gonna tell everybody that they're building these games for the long haul. They're building these games to be games as a service, which is really just another keyword for, or a trending term for live service game, that they're trying to bait people into the premise of it being something they're developing for that will last for a very long time. but any game that's being built to last for a very long time needs player base. It needs good content and good player base first and foremost. And in a game like Suicide Squad and a game like Skull and Bones, you know, not Warner Brothers, but same thing under Ubi, where they're trying to bait people into this premise of a game as a service that's going to be long-standing and running forever. It's too obvious to people that if you're building these games as something to bring people into, you need player base. And it's not a smart move to be charging AAA price tag or above that to build a player base around a game, to ensure that you have something substantial to move forward with. Because it's obvious that the product's just not there. You're trying to recoup as much expense as possible on the back end. And a lot of us see through it, man. A lot of us see through it. And if you don't see through it, that's what's happening. So you need to be careful. And I feel bad for anybody that's a fan of these universes and franchises under Warner Brothers, because this is what you have coming your way. This is the direction that they've been leaning towards for a while. They've been very open about it. This is what they want to do. And most of these games are not probably going to turn out very well, because what they have is a bunch of people that are too business minded, and I think that they probably have some wonderful developers underneath them, but they have too many business minded people at the top of their ranks that only see dollar signs. They have no idea what it means to make quality video game content, right? Which means in turn building great communities and fan base behind your products, which in turn means high profits. Instead, they just see ways to scheme people out of money in a lucrative, profitable industry. And that's eventually going to lead to not good stuff, which is what we see with Suicide Squad. Yes, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will come to PC. Yo, I'm part of this community. There's an entire community that refuses to adopt a gaming console no matter how cheap they sell for down the line. Will wait years for a PC release of console exclusives. Yeah. One such game that folks eagerly await but don't mind waiting for is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah. I'll say, and I've said it before, Final Fantasy VII Remake was the closest I had been hyped into buying into modern consoles over about, the past couple of generations of consoles, really, besides the Switch. And it wasn't enough, but it was close. It was close. And it's just not there for me, The console side of gaming is just become something for me personally that I see too much that's not worth buying into in that market. And so I'll just stick with PC. And if for me, the way that a lot of this is moving forward with Xbox is obviously with a lot of their games, they've, been doing day one releases on PC for, quite some time. And that's been good. And now PlayStation is, you're not going to see day one releases, but they're getting much more aggressive with their aim towards multi-platform releases, meaning PC, not competitors, but PC. And that means that us PC gamers are winning. That's good for us. So now that also hinges on whether or not PlayStation and their first party, and Square's not a first party. They're making games that are proprietary to PlayStation in the first place, but They're not a first-party developer. That's a situation where they get contracted to make games to be first-party games, proprietary games to specific platforms, right? They're not under Sony necessarily. So, but inevitably, a lot of it comes down to how well those games port to PC as well. We've seen it. Final Fantasy VII Remake was not a good port. Square's not traditionally all that great at porting their games to PC, unfortunately. The modding community really had to save Final Fantasy VII Remake. And, that's the thing that we need from a standpoint of all of us PC gamers is a lot of us are willing to wait. We'll talk about it here in a second. We need the games to be ported well, too, though. Talk about that. A vegan guide to Pal World released following PETA's comments. Oh no, dude. Nintendo and Xbox might be playing chicken with PlayStation. Switch deal discounts popular game from $40 to $2. We'll see what this is. Yeah, this is mobile. Age of Empires mobile. We talked about this yesterday. Steam deal gives you some of the GOAT RPGs for just $1.25. We'll see what these are as well. We already talked about that. This rumored Xbox Series X is an all-digital white version of the Series X. There were some leaked documents that came out around the time of the entire process of the acquisition of Activision Blizzard from Microsoft, where we got some details about this potentially being a thing. Some more kind of I guess water cooler talk, man. Some speculation has been coming around about this coming closer and closer, but it's really just stuff that you need to take a grain of salt with. It's nothing official from Microsoft, so once something official comes from Microsoft, we'll see it. Terminator Dark Fate. I forgot that even released. %71 positive right now. Interesting. It's a RTS game. Go get your lottery tickets. Man, Mega Millions. 8th highest in history right now. Looks like Texas Chainsaw Massacre has added some new executions of free skins in the game, so if you're interested in that game, there's some new stuff being added. Turbo Kid is a gory Metroidvania with a BMX, and the demo is out now. Let's take a look at this. Jesus. I love how people are already speculating about the PS6, dog. We're like 3 years away from that, probably, roughly. Probably 3 to 4 years away from the next PlayStation console. More than likely. And there's already people just that can't quit speculating about it. It's insane. Alright, let's dive in here, man. Switch deal discounts popular game from $40 to $2 right now. So, let's see. In 2014, we are talking about This War of Mine. Yes, a very notable title. This has actually been used as an educational title to try and help teach people how to survive in times of war. It wasn't originally developed as a way to, as an educational piece of software, but apparently it is so good at emulating many of the aspects of what people have to go through in order to survive that there's been an entire textbook to go along with it, and it's been used as an educational centerpiece for helping to unfortunately, this is the world we live in, right? But it's been useful in helping to educate people on how to survive in times of war. Yeah. So, pretty incredible game. This War of Mine Complete Edition is on sale for $2 on Nintendo's eShop right now. Inside is also a banger little game. You're only going to get about 4 hours of gameplay out of this. But for $2, good game. Little 2.5D side scroller. Got the spooky vibes to it. Think Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares will give you a good idea of what you'll be in for here with Inside. State of Mind is $2. We played that during Scaretober last year. Pretty good. AER Memories of Old, $2. Beat Cop, $2. And The First Tree is $2. All on the Nintendo eShop right now. You can also see the trailer of This War of Mine right here on this link if you're interested. All right. There you go. Steam Deal gives you some of the GOAT RPGs for just $1.25. Looks like it is a build-your-own bundle on Fanatical. So you can get 3 games for $5, 5 games for $7, or 8 games for $10. Yeah, most of the games are more filler than killer. Highlights of the games are 2 Bethesda RPGs, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion and Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Yep. Let's see something. Rando mode time. Let's go, dude. Get in there. Try to get you a free Subarooski, man. Let's go here. Okay. I couldn't remember which ones they had given away on Good Old Games. But GOG does have The Elder Scrolls 2, Daggerfall, Unity, GOG Cut, Arena, Elder Scrolls Arena. The reason I bring this up is, and I don't know how easy it is to implement the usage of GOG on your Steam Deck. There's probably some guides out there. Nowadays, there's usually guides for about any PC gaming platform to be able to utilize it on your Steam Deck. So the reason I bring this up is because these older games like this, especially the single player games like the ones they're talking about, those are good price points, don't get me wrong. But the other thing that's pretty awesome about GOG is it's DRM free, right? So as long as you've got the game downloaded and installed, you don't need to connect to services or anything, right? You can just play it. So you know, let's take a look here. Let's see if they have yeah, like there's Oblivion. Their flipping platform is so weird, dude. Yeah, it's like 20 bucks. But it will go on sale here as well. Just saying, just saying. I just wanted to know, because really the main thing I wanted to look at was the free games. There are some of the free games on here, and I couldn't remember if Oblivion was one of them. It seemed like it might have been, but it doesn't look like it, so apologies. But those are good prices. But again, you know, you're going to have to go to Fanatical, look at, these are the other games that are available. The Ascent, Mortal Shell, Exiled Kingdoms, Keeper's Toll, Game Deck, Definitive Edition, Eldorand, Jack Move, Arto, Virgo versus the Zodiac, Dreams in the Witch House, Frail Heart, Dwarven Realms, Tyrant's Blessing, Heaven Dust, Dragon Spirits, Tower of Time, Mayhem in a Single Valley, Tunch, Encased, and Osteoblasts. So you can probably tell just by reading those out that these are going to be some obscure titles, mostly obscure titles, with a few notables, right? And you know, depending on what you're trying to get out of this, you can probably get some decent games there at a pretty solid price. So if you're interested, I'll give you the link for it. Turbo Kid is a gory Metroidvania with a BMX, and a demo is out now. See what this is. Love my Metroidvanias, man. Turbo Kid is a 2015 movie set in a post-apocalypse in which a comic book fan battles a local tyrant with gory, comedic 80s pastishing results. It was not a film I expected to get a Metroidvania sequel, but here it is with a new demo and an April release date. Follows on directly from the movie with hack and slash combat and plenty of pixel art gore. Mostly interested in it because it includes a BMX with cycling used to aid traversing a world as seemingly filled with ramps and half pipes as the genre staples like moving platforms and flying enemies. Let's see this. It actually looks decent. That looks kind of cool, man. Yeah. That looks kind of cool. You can download the demo from Steam now. Not the first Turbo Kid demo, but apparently this one has more polish and more zones than the version that appeared back in 2022. Quote, it's a really fun and earnest comedy adventure horror about teens and villains in the post-apocalyptic wasteland. Characters are more than punchlines. As silly as the story is, it bounces and rolls along nicely. Throws in a few references to things from the 80s, but the best jokes aren't remember this. It's warm reminiscence, not referencing blasting kookiness, and it has some cracking practical effects. Really good dismemberment, evisceration, and torso hats. Guts torn out by bicycle, jaws ripped off, Gibbs lovely. Full game releases on April 10th. Again, there's a demo out there to check out and everything too. So if you're interested, man. Yeah, I like this article. Let's talk about this last. 11 video games releasing in March. Let's talk about that next. Stellar Blade download size revealed. Here you go for anybody interested in this. Where's Soup at, dude? Where's Soup at? Our resident, Stellar Blade lover, man. He can't wait for this game, and he hasn't been in here this morning inciting violence yet, but that's okay. Game will require a 35 gigabyte download on PS5. Not exorbitant considering this is a sumptuous semi-open world title with plenty of depth. Shouldn't be too taxing on your solid state drive. It was also revealed that the game, which is being released by Shift Up on April 26th, can be preloaded from April 24th. Yeah, this is all about sex appeal in this game, obviously. But coming on April 26th, the game is only going to be about 35 gigabytes. Interesting. There you go. 11 video games releasing in March, this coming month that we shouldn't miss. My two biggest types are Unicorn Overlord and Dragon's Dogma 2, which we will play both of, right? But there will be plenty more, so let's take a look here and see what we got. Dragon's Dogma 2, boom, right off the bat. There are a lot of people psyched about this. I put 130 hours into the original back in like 2016. Dragon's Dogma 1 was fantastic. I expect this to be something that, from what I've seen so far, Capcom is sticking to the core of what Dragon's Dogma 1 was, but it does have evolution from sticking to the core but evolving what was so great about the game in the first place. I expect it to be very good. We're going to have a great time with this game. I really do think so. We'll be playing that on release. The Rise of the Ronin. This is looking better and better the more I'm seeing of it as well. March 22nd on PS5. Dragon's Dogma 2 is March 22nd on everything but Nintendo. Princess Peach Showtime. Yes, we've seen a little bit of that here lately on March 22nd for the Switch. A lot of March 22nd releases. MLB The Show 24 on March 19th on all platforms. Obviously, Princess Peach is just on the Switch, right? Outlast Trials. Is that full releasing? Interesting. Outlast Trials is full releasing on March 5th on everything but the Switch. Unicorn Overlord. This is what I'm talking about. This is, and look, to be fair, the Outlast Trials is supposed to be very, very good. I need to play this. I played the Outlast games, Outlast 1 and 2, Whistleblower DLC, played all of that on the hardest difficulty, played these games in Scaretober of 2022. They were phenomenal. I loved them, and I haven't tried the Outlast Trials yet. This game is getting really, really, really good reviews all the way around. And it's a multiplayer game. Can be. You can be played solo as well, but people are enjoying this a lot, and I would really like to try this out. So we'll see about that. Unicorn Overlord. This is a game that is going to be a spiritual successor from Atlas, as you can see here, to a game. And I don't think that they're going to probably have anything to do with each other lore-wise or, universe-wise or anything like that. There was a game back in the Super Nintendo days called Ogre Battle, which I was very fond of. I loved that game, actually. I played a lot of it. I had a great time with that game, and that's what this game looks to me like, is a modern take on, it's a spiritual successor, if you will, to Ogre Battle. It looks very, very good. I'm really excited about it. Cannot wait to play this title. One moment. South Park Snow Day on March 8th on all platforms. Besides PC. Is it not coming to PC? Oh, no, that was the one before. Unicorn Overlord is on everything but PC. Yeah. So, it's interesting. I need to look at that. Huh. So, South Park Snow Day is coming on March 26th on everything, all platforms. Alone in the Dark, March 20th on all platforms besides Nintendo. WWE 2K24, March 8th, everything but Nintendo. Hi-Fi Rush's PS5 port. Yes, we knew that was coming on March 19th for PS5. It is obviously already available on Xbox and PC. Horizon Forbidden West PC port. Nice. That comes on March 21st. And some honorable mentions. Planet Zoo. Console port on March 26th. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection is coming to the Switch. It doesn't say that here, but that's what this is. Coming to the Switch on March 14th. Kingdom Come Deliverance hitting the Switch as well on March 15th. Expectations, a Mudrunner game, March 5th. Outcast, A New Beginning, March 15th. Rugrats Adventures in Gameland, March doesn't have a definitive date yet. As Dusk Falls, March 7th. PS5 and PS4 port. Pepper Grinder, March 28th. Open Roads, March 28th. The Thaumaturge looks very good. So does Open Roads, actually. March 4th. And High Water, March 14th. Nice. If you need the list, here you go. Some games to look forward to for the coming month. And last but not least, for the news this morning, it's going to be a quick news segment this morning. We have, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming to PC? Absolutely. The fact that Final Fantasy VII Remake has already made its way to PC means that it's a given. We're going to be getting Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and whatever the next game, the third and final iteration of this trilogy, will be coming to PC as well, right? So that's an easy thing for people that don't know. That's an easy thing. They will definitely come to PC. The timeline is what we need to know. These are obviously going to be proprietary games for PlayStation to begin with. This is Square Enix. Square Enix is not a first-party studio for PlayStation, but they do a lot of contracts to make games proprietary and only available on PlayStation's console to begin with. And that's what Final Fantasy has been for them in large part. So, just like the game before Rebirth, Remake was this way, Rebirth will be this way. But, I would say probably give it a year and a half, and we will see Rebirth hit PC as well, right? And the same thing will happen with the third one. What I would say is that more notably about what happens after the third one releases is it will probably come out in a complete package. So if you don't already have all the games at that point, after the third one is released, whenever that happens to be, and they all have been released. There will probably be some complete package for PlayStation, and then as they hit, the third one is hit PC, there will be a complete package for PC as well, where you can get all the games together. I'm very sure that will happen. There is an entire community that refuses to adopt a gaming console, no matter how cheap they sell for down the line, and will wait years for a PC release of console exclusives. One such game that folks eagerly await but don't mind waiting for is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yep. Promises to be one of the most epic RPGs of the year, so is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming to PC? Unfortunately, there's no direct confirmation as to when Rebirth is coming to PC, though we know it is happening, like I said. The rumor is the second remake will launch on PC sometime this summer, as the PlayStation 5 exclusive period only lasts until May. Oh, nice. So it's like a 6-month? Not even. Is it? No. Dude, that's a really short exclusivity period. Really short. That's a 3-month exclusivity period. After that, Square is completely free to release the RPG on other systems, and with Remake Integrate launching on Steam, it's just a matter of time. Yep. That said, it's still a few months off from the console release. If you intend to play Rebirth on PC, try to avoid the many spoilers and gameplay videos that will assuredly make the rounds online. Yep. That's what we needed to know, man. We already really knew that, didn't we? I mean, that was pretty easy. That was pretty easy, man. Sundays can be like this, yo. That's the news. Sundays be like that sometimes. Why is my flipping music bonked? It was my fault. I didn't turn it back on after the video. I didn't turn it back on after the trailer we watched. My bad. Happy Sunday, man. We're going to go play games. So, pretty short news segment, but hope everybody's doing well. Happy Sunday. This is what we do, man. If you guys aren't aware, we always do the news every day. We're not live on Wednesdays, but every other day, man, we're doing the news starting at 6 a.m. CST, CDT. This is a bit of a brief one here. There's usually a little bit more to dive into, but Sundays can be like that sometimes. So if you like staying current with what's going on in the industry, you like talking about some of these hot topics happening, and come be a part of what we do. We got an awesome community of people that are always a part of what we do here on the Constant, creating an amazing place for all of us to be a part of, and we're always looking for more good people to spread good vibes and be a part of what we do. So other than that, I guess just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and Murdoch, my dude, what's up, Murdoch? We'll do it again tomorrow, man, for more video gaming news on February 26th. But I'm gonna run us an outro for the news real quick, and as soon as I get back up, we'll start getting prepared to play some more video games. Cool. I'm not going anywhere. Run this outro, and as soon as I get back, let's play some games. You guys rock. Happy Sunday. See you in a second.